If you've ever felt defeated before your day begins, this video is for you. Asterisk. Have you ever noticed how the hardest part of the day isn't the work, but the moment before it begins? That quiet second when your alarm rings, when the world is still dark, when no one is watching, and a single decision quietly determines who you are going to be that day. Most people think failure is loud, that it comes with dramatic mistakes or obvious collapse. But for many of us, failure is silent. It sounds like an alarm being turned off. It looks like closed eyes at sunrise. It feels like disappointment before the day even starts. I know that feeling well. There were mornings when I would wake up already exhausted, not from effort, but from regret. I hadn't even started the day, yet somehow I already felt behind. My phone would light up with reminders of goals I once cared about, plans I had made with confidence the night before. And in that moment, lying in bed, I would feel something heavy in my chest. Not laziness, not boredom, but shame. Shame because deep down, I knew what I was capable of, and I wasn't living up to it. I used to tell myself I just needed motivation. That one day I'd wake up feeling different, more driven, more focused, more ready. I waited for that feeling like people wait for good weather before leaving the house. But days turned into weeks. Weeks into the have you ever woken up and felt as if the day has already defeated you before it even begins? The alarm rings and the world is still asleep. The quiet hum of life outside your window feels distant, almost like someone else is living while you're stuck, trapped under your own weight. You tell yourself, just 5 more minutes. 5 minutes turn into 15, then 30. Hours pass. The morning is gone. And the thing that hurts the most isn't the lost time. It's the lost trust in yourself, the small, quiet voice whispering, "You promised you'd do better, and you didn't." I know that voice well. For years, my mornings were like a silent battlefield. I would set ambitious goals the night before, wake up early, read, exercise, work on a project, but when the alarm rang, my body refused. My mind whispered excuses. You need rest. You'll start tomorrow. One day doesn't matter. And I listened every single time. And each morning that I failed, the quiet disappointment in myself grew heavier, layering over years of unfulfilled promises. I thought my problem was effort. I thought I needed more willpower, more determination, more motivation. But I learned the hard way that motivation is fleeting. Inspiration is fragile. And waiting for either is like waiting for a perfect storm to bring rain to a dry field. She might wait forever. I grew up watching my mother wake before sunrise every day. She wasn't motivated. She wasn't inspired. She just did what had to be done: meals, laundry, cleaning, working, caring for the family. Rain or shine, tired or sick, she moved. I didn't understand it at the time. I resented it. I promised myself that when I grew up, I would live differently. I would follow passion, work only when I wanted, wait for motivation, wait for inspiration. I believed I was smarter than discipline. I was wrong. Freedom, I learned, is not a reward. It's a test. When I moved out, I had total control over my schedule for the first time. No one was watching. No one to answer to. I could sleep late, stay up all night, do whatever I wanted, and for a while it felt incredible. But slowly it became chaos. Weeks blurred into months. Projects went unfinished. Habits were abandoned. Goals forgotten. I wasn't growing. I was hiding from responsibility, from discomfort, from myself. And every day, the voice grew louder. You're not living up to your potential. By my mid-20s, I had failed at almost everything I tried. I had abandoned businesses, hobbies, plans, dreams. I watched my peers succeed, climb, thrive, and I stayed stuck, frozen in my own excuses. Every failure chipped away at my self-confidence. I started seeing myself as someone incapable of change, someone who wanted more but could never commit. And once that identity settles in, it is heavy. It becomes a lens through which you view every choice. You start lowering your standards without realizing it. You stop holding yourself accountable. You stop believing in the person you could become. There was one morning I remember vividly. I woke late, yet again, my alarm already silenced. The sun was high, shining through the blinds, highlighting the unfinished tasks around me. I sat on the edge of my bed, silent, staring at the floor, feeling the weight of all the mornings I had wasted. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel anger or shame. I felt something heavier grief. Grief for the person I wanted to become, the person I had promised myself I would be, and the years I had lost avoiding discomfort. And then I remembered something my mother had said countless times. Life doesn't wait for how you feel. At the time, I had thought it was cold, harsh. But sitting there, surrounded by unfinished goals and wasted time, I understood. Life doesn't reward feeling ready. It doesn't reward motivation. It rewards action. It rewards consistency. It rewards showing up. That night, I made a decision. Not a dramatic one. Not a plan with multiple steps. Just one choice. I would wake up earlier than usual the next day. Not to conquer the world, not to impress anyone, not to achieve anything monumental. I would do it to prove to myself that I could keep a promise. That's it. The first morning was brutal. My body fought me every inch of the way. My mind offered every excuse it could think of. You're tired. Just one more hour. You'll start tomorrow. One day won't matter. But I got up anyway. I didn't feel strong. I didn't feel proud. I felt irritated, uncomfortable, drained, but I was up. And that was the first victory. The second morning was worse. The third even harder. Some mornings I stood under the shower questioning why I was even doing this. Some mornings I felt defeated. Before I had even begun, I wanted to quit. I wanted the old, easy version of life back. But every morning I got up, a quiet strength grew inside me, a stubborn confidence that I could be reliable to the person who mattered most, myself. Weeks passed. Months passed. And slowly change began. Not externally, not suddenly, not in dramatic bursts of success, but internally, my mind became quieter. My decisions became simpler. I no longer argued with myself. I no longer negotiated. I simply did what I had decided to do. The repetition built identity. I was no longer someone who failed silently. I was someone who shows up. And the more I showed up, the more I realized something most people never do. Discipline is not about effort. It's not about willpower. It's not about passion. Discipline is peace. It is removing the debate inside your own mind. The moment you decide and honor that decision, you create freedom. And from that freedom, momentum grows. Small wins compound into larger wins. Habits solidify. Projects that once failed begin to succeed. Life begins to move. Slowly at first, almost imperceptibly, but undeniably. Discipline is invisible. Motivation is flashy. Motivation feels exciting at first, like a spark of fire. Discipline feels heavy, repetitive, sometimes boring, sometimes lonely. And that is exactly why it works. Motivation disappears. Discipline endures. Motivation is conditional. Discipline is unconditional. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a choice. Over time, I applied this principle to every area of life. Not just waking up early, but learning. Exercise, work, finances, relationships, and personal growth. I stopped waiting for motivation, inspiration, or perfect conditions. I started showing up consistently. And slowly, I began to see the fruits of those quiet mornings, those small victories, those repetitive acts of showing up. Now, I still have mornings when I don't want to get out of bed. I still have days when life feels heavy, unfair, impossible. But I no longer let my feelings decide my actions. I no longer wait for motivation to arrive. I act anyway, because I have learned the most powerful truth. The person you are becoming is built by the choices you make when it is uncomfortable, when it is inconvenient, when it feels impossible. If you're listening to this, here's what I want you to understand. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your discipline. And discipline is built one quiet morning at a time, one repeated act, one uncomfortable decision, one moment when you choose to show up, even when it is painful, even when it is boring, even when no one is watching. That is how momentum is created. That is how life changes. So here is my challenge. Pick one promise, one action that represents the person you want to become. Wake up early, move your body, learn something new, work on a project. Do it daily for 90 days. No excuses, not perfectly, not passionately, just consistently. Expect resistance. Expect fatigue. Expect days when you hate it. That is not failure. That is training. That is building the foundation for a life that matters. Your dreams don't care about your feelings. Your goals don't wait for your mood. Your future doesn't care if you feel ready. It only cares if you showed up. If this story resonated, do 3 things. Like this video, it shows you're ready. Share it with someone who keeps waiting for motivation. And comment below, what is the one promise you are committing to keep starting tomorrow? I'll see you in the next story. Until then, remember, showing up every day, especially when it's uncomfortable, is the only way to build the life you've always wanted. Discipline is peace, not pain. Consistency is freedom, not restriction. And the person you are becoming is waiting for you to arrive, one morning at a time. Your future self is watching what you do tomorrow morning.